the parties, we call this a worksheet, because if you call something an order form, it makes people not want to touch it. So it's important to give it a name that's generic, that everyone can be comfortable with. What I recommend is, we're going to talk about why to use this, but just I'm going to talk about logistics for a second, is I like to fold this in half, and if you already know the product that you're going to be talking about and you're going to be demonstrating, well, you already know that. Hopefully you already know that. But if you can get one of your kids to help you, or someone to take a highlighter and highlight the item numbers of what you're going to be demonstrating, that's really nice. I demonstrate modular mate, so a lot of times I'll just run a highlighter down the left-hand side. Now, you have to do it in several places. But anyway, highlight the numbers that you're going to be talking about, because I'm just going to put it all out there because you're probably already thinking it's really small. Would you agree? So yes, okay, it's small. That's okay. We still want to use it. I've been in Tupperware for almost, how long have I been in Tupperware? 9 years. And I've seen it many different sizes. It doesn't matter. It's the concept of what works. So bear with it. Hang in there. The numbers are going to get bigger, and then they might get smaller again. Who cares? The power of what this form can do is what we're going to talk about. So I like to take it and fold it in half, and then I slide it into what I call my lap boards. And what I use with my lap boards is I take the front of a binder, I take a 3-ring binder, and I cut off the front and the back. And I get those binders that have the clear part that you can slide something into. What would you put into that part, what would you slide into there? Our opportunity flyer. Slide that into there, and when you flip it over, it has a pocket there, so you can slide the worksheet, shopping order form, into there, and it's folded in half. So that when it comes to that part of the party, when I start passing out the lap boards, and I don't give catalogs at that point, just the lap boards, it gives them something to write on. It already has the worksheet in there, and it really helps. It flows very, very easily. So you're just going to cut out the center where the three rings are for the 3-ring binder. Just cut that out, throw that away, and use the front and the back. So that means whenever binders go on sale, you email out, binders are on sale here, because you can always find them, especially whenever the new school year comes out. You'll want to stock up on them. And, sometimes you'll leave. I always buy extras, because sometimes you'll leave them there. They make great props to, set signs up for different things, so you'll use those a lot. All right, so let's talk about the shopping order form. Why it's so beneficial for your business. The first thing is that I want you, if you want to take notes, feel free to grab a pen and paper and jot these ideas down. The first thing is that when you have an order form that requires your guests to write down part numbers, quantities, prices, descriptions, number one, that's a lot of writing. And the customers kind of get tired of writing, so after they've written down 1 or 2 things, they're done. Psychologically, there is a lot of psychological things that go into this, because as a shopper, it's very easy to say, yeah, I'll take one of those, and one of those, and one of those, and all the numbers and everything is written down for you, and it's very easy just to check. After you've written down 1 or 2 things, the part number, the quantity, the description, did I get that right? You're checking back and forth. That's tedious. That's a lot of work. So after you've written down 2 things, you're like, you know what? Even though you want that other stuff, it's easy to say, I'll get that other stuff at her party. I bet she's going to have a party. And just to let it go. But if you're on a roll, or you're marking as you go, what you're going to instruct your guests to do, then when they're done, they've got a great tool there. Plus, the other thing is, when you have someone trying to copy part numbers and quantities and prices from the catalog to this piece of paper, a lot of errors can be made. You can have numbers transposed, you can have prices written down incorrectly. There can be a lot of mistakes that can happen. If it's pre-printed, it's already done for you, you're going to cut out all those mistakes. You don't have to worry about it at all. The other thing is, another reason, is that it's easy for your customers to follow you throughout the demonstration. So you're able to say, and when you're talking about our modular mate, a quick chef, whatever it is, when you're demonstrating it, you can say, now on your worksheet, this is item number, blah, blah, blah. And so you can say, when you pass out the worksheet with the lap boards, this is going to be your worksheet. We're going to use it all night. Jot down notes. I'll tell you the part numbers, the item numbers of what I'm going to be talking about, the product I'm going to talk about. feel free to jot notes all over that. Kind of make that your wish list. You know, if I was the Tupperware fairy and I can give you all the Tupperware you want, I want you to write it down. And I'll tell you what we're going to do with that in a little bit. So it's not an order form. You're not saying write down everything you want to order. This is your wish list. So that's where highlighting helps, because as it does, you know, we all agree it's a little small. That it helps if it's highlighted, because you can say that's in the third column. It's highlighted for you. Go ahead and put a check next to that. That's the quick chef. That's what we just used. You guys love it, right? Say yes? Yes. Fantastic. Okay, so then you can guide them throughout the whole demonstration on putting check marks and working with the shopping order form. It's really good for a wish list. If they've gone throughout the whole demonstration and they've circled things, they've starred things, they've written things down as you have talked about them, and then they come up to place their order and they're only getting one of those things, and they say, well, I'm going to go ahead and just start with this. You can see, just by glancing at it, there's a lot of things on there that they want. And you can say, well, it looks like you got a lot of things on your list. That's fantastic. Why don't we do this? Why don't you host a party? I can get you that for free. Are you, did that happen to you?
I did that with somebody.
She's like, I know what that is. All right, so you can, just by one quick glance, you know exactly what they want. If that happens to be a no, that's their wish list. You get a copy of that. So if they had Fridge Smart marked, and then they cross it out, no, I can't get that right now. I can't. You couldn't get them to date a party. You couldn't get them to do anything. You still have a wish list of what they wanted. So when Fridge Smart goes back on sale and you're going back through your party packs, you open it up and you say, they've crossed out Fridge Smart. Let me give her a call back. I know that's a customer that was interested at one time in Fridge Smart. But see, you don't have that benefit if they're just writing down what they're ordering. It's just an order. It's just an order form. That's, you know, the short order form, it's literally just an order form. The shopping order form, it really is a worksheet to benefit your business a lot. We talked about how customers spend more, and it's kind of like whenever you can just check a box. It's real easy to check a box, isn't it? And then I will tell you, for outside order forms, I don't use the shopping order forms. I use the short order forms for outside orders, because that's easy. They're going to only order a couple things. You're not going to have the same benefit as walking through a party as you would the shopping order form. Keep wanting to call it a worksheet, because that's what we always call it. So when you order them in, just make sure that you know that there's the short order form and then the shopping order form, so that you know which one you're getting. All right? So that is your shopping order form, benefits of why that would help you. So now we're going to talk a little bit about set selling. And, what's wrong? Okay, set selling. Set selling is, we talk about that all the time. You need to sell in sets, sell in sets. So let's kind of go through, what does that mean to sell in sets? Well, what that means is that whatever party you want to do, if you want to do Diane's brunch party, if you want to talk about modular mates, if you want to make something in the knit and serve, the stack cooker, whatever products you use at your party, the can opener, the measuring cups, measuring spoons, that in some way at the end, after you've demonstrated everything, you pull it all together and you help the customer by saying, I'm going to offer this for sale in sets. So you take those products and you group them together, and you have set A, set B, set C. I always recommend you have 3 different sets so that there's a little variety that you can offer. And you grade it by the small set's going to be the more inexpensive, the medium's a little more expensive, and then the large set's the most expensive. Most people are going to go for the medium because that's their comfort zone. They don't want to just settle for the small, you know, like who wants the small? And they don't want to be greedy and get the large. So most people are going to get the medium. So that's kind of where you want to think about what you want your sets to, you know, what the product is that you really want to sell the most of. Make sure that's in your medium set. What happens is, if you have, by set selling, if you show so many different products, that even if you showed 5 products, which that's very easy to do. That's, you know, very simple for a Tupperware party. Even if a customer didn't have any of those products and they want all 5, that can be very overwhelming. So they're watching that going, oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, I'm definitely going to get that. In their mind, that's what they're saying. Then you show 1 more product. And they're like, ooh, I really like that. By the time you've done that 5 times to them, they're shutting down. They're like, I don't even know where to begin. I love them all. I don't know which one to get. I can't get them all. Can I get them all? My husband will kill me. I shouldn't get them all. And all this is happening in their mind. And as that's happening, they're shutting down, and they're going to go, you know what, let me just order the midgets, and I'll start with that. Let me order the snack cups. And I'm going to have to think about this. I'm worn out. I mean, they're just exhausted because you showed them so many different things. You just outsold yourself because you didn't bring it together. Help that consumer make that decision. It's a decision-making process they have to go through. Help them make that decision by making it easier and offering it sets. No different, ladies, than when we go to Chick-fil-A and say, give me the number one. I mean, what do? We can either value size it or not value size it. You know, that's us being like, I think today I'm value sizing, I'm getting the big drink, you know. That's us splurging. So it's no different than when we go and we get that. Because if we had to go up there and say, and they had, you know, tater tots, french fries, onion rings, potato salad, this, that, we'd be like, I don't know, let me get the, yeah, let me get the potato salad. No, wait, can you change it? I want the french fries. Would we not do that? We would just be like, oh, it's so much to decide. When they put those sets together, we would start getting things individually. And if you stop to add up how much you're saving, you're not saving that much money. So you do want to offer your guests a little discount. So when you put your sets together, I never advertise how much they're saving. I just say, when you buy my set, it's something that you can't get through Tupperware. This is sort of an Inke special, just for coming to my party. You can buy one of my sets. Here's the different sets I have. I go through the different sets that I offer, and I say, now they're on sale. So just for you being here tonight, you're going to be able to get a better price than just if you ordered out of the catalog. So that's the benefit of buying one of my sets. Later on, when I'm doing a wrap-up with the auction, I'll say, what's the benefit of buying one of my sets? And so that they say that back to me. So I make sure that they understand what the benefit of buying one of my sets are. Because you're doing it at the end, you kind of have to say it again and again and again, because you have to remember what it was like to be a guest at a party that was being introduced to Tupperware. By the time so much time went on and you saw so many products, you're having this mental, you know, conversation with yourself. Y'all do that, right? I'm not alone, right? just appease me and say yes. That, you know, they don't hear every word you say. You know, after about 10, 12 minutes, you've lost them anyway. We only have a certain amount of attention span. Some of you might be even tuning me out right now. Pay attention. So you want to make sure that you pull it together, say, here's the sets that I have. The sets are going to make people actually spend more money. There's going to be the customer that says, you know what, I wasn't going to get the can opener now, but it is in that set. Yeah, let me go ahead and get that set. So it's even going to raise your sales. Thank you. It's going to raise your sales, and you're going to get more commissions by offering those sets. Let me read my notes. Hold that thought. Okay. Oh, gosh, I just said this all. This is good. All right. Now, something that I do when I have the sets is that I will offer a special to the hostess. The night of the party, just as an extra special thank you from me. This is above and beyond everything that Tupperware's going to offer you. I'm going to offer you the night of the party. You'll be able to get $20 off of any of the sets that I have offered up here. So I've just showed everyone a small, medium, and large. And so then I would say something like, now Jennifer, for being the hostess tonight, this is just for you. This is something that I offer to all of my hosts as an extra special thank you. Above and beyond everything Tupperware's going to give you, we'll deal with all that free stuff you get to go shopping for later. I'd like to offer you $20 off any of the sets that I mentioned here. And sometimes I'll even try to have those sets with me. You know, if you can fulfill instantaneous gratification and have that there for them, you know, even better. And my hostess gets first chance at that. So if I have 2 sets with me, I'll say, I do have 2 of the medium sets with me. That's the most popular set. Jennifer, you're going to get first chance at that. You'll be able to get $20 off of that. It's a decision you've got to make the night of the party as a special that I have. All the other stuff, we're going to worry about that later. So once I go into order taking, I'm going to pull Jennifer first. You know, Jennifer, is it okay for me to set up over here? Can you help me out and show me where I can set up? So she'll take me over there. I'll talk to her. Which set did you want? Which set do you want to take advantage of? Even when I'm dating a new party, like Jennifer's my hostess. We go through all this. Later on at the party, I do my dating game. And let's say Diane's a new dating. When I'm party planning Diane, I'll say, now just you know, I know you probably haven't made this decision yet, but which set were you thinking about getting for $20 off? So I'll just do that assumed you're going to buy a set for $20 off, and I'll say, I'll try to have it there. I can't guarantee, but I'll try to have that set the night of the party if you know for sure which set you want. And if she's like, well, I don't know, I said, that's okay. You can call me back and let me know. So I'm just going to assume she wants that set for $20 off. Now, what's the benefit of that? Why would we want a hostess to buy a set for $20 off? You're not losing any money. You're going to sell it. That's basically your cost. The larger sets, you might be making a little bit of money, but you're not losing any money. But what are you getting? Sales credit. Sales credit. If I can get a hostess to purchase a set that's valued at $125, let's say, at every single party that I go to, people will date, it's a dating tool. People will date parties because they're like,